I'm going to make yet another repotting video with you guys. I just bought this Rth Chief Sweet Orange from Großräschener in Germany. It's a plant from a lettuce hole, yeah, and its flowers are gorgeous, and I bought it just because of the flowers and the coloration of the flowers. And I looked it up, and the flowers are very variable in both color and patterning, but every variety of Chief Sweet Orange I saw on Google was super beautiful, so I really don't mind whether my orchid flowers look like this or that when it finally decides to bloom for me. And that feels great, yeah. Its seed parents are Cattleya and Tutankhamun, and its pollen parent is Rth Chief. And this one, as many orchids with frilly lips, has got Doviana in it. And this one has got about almost 32% of Doviana. And it also got a considerable amount of cattleya aurantiaca, the orange one, in it, which shows in a beautiful orange color. And in the shape of the sepals and petals and the size of the flower as well, it shows that it's got a lot of cattleya aurantiaca in it. And this one arrived with some new roots emerging and a new pseudobulb, as you can see. And we should see what we can do about this guy. Let's get started. I've let this guy sit in water for quite a while here, and I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was planted in bark because as you can see, the moss is so dark. When I had a quick glimpse through the paper that it was packed in, I thought it was bark, but as you can see, this is worse than I expected. I thought I could keep it like this and just put it in a bigger pot with some sphagnum moss around it, perhaps. But no, I think I have to cut away all of the roots. Perhaps there are a few roots, live roots around the edges here, but well, I have to go to my sink. See you in a while. So now I'm back. I rinsed it all off under my tap. I lost 2 root tips, but that's not much for being in such a stiff ball of sphagnum moss. But I have to cut away a few other roots. This one to cut away, and you can see this one I have to cut it away, and this one is soft and soggy, to cut it away. Yeah, I have to rinse her for a bit. Yeah, I think I did as much surgery as I dare on this plant. As you can see, on this guy, it's branching. And you see, I don't know if you see it, this guy, this old root is branching. It's sending out some new root tips, 4 or 5. And this one looks dead enough, doesn't it? And it's sending out a new root tip. And it's also sending out a few more root tips from beneath. So this plant is gonna make it. Yes, let's get rid of the stuff and get on with the repotting. So now to the big question. I have to go on a trip to my garden center today, this evening, to buy some more clay pots. Since the right size is gone, I've used them all up. And what they got was this size, or a larger pot, or even smaller pots, of course, but yeah, it's a quite large pot for it, isn't it? But as you can see, the pseudobulbs are quite big, and this one is going to come out here, and the next growth is going to come out here, with a new set of roots. So yeah, it's going to be this big pot. Since clay pots are drying out, drying out the media a little quicker than ordinary plastic pots are. But yeah, we use this one. I'm going to put some real chunky pieces of bark in the bottom for drainage and ventilation, of course, like usual. A couple of pieces, just. And what to use? This one has been sitting in plain sphagnum moss for a decade, at least. It looks like it. Yeah. So I wouldn't want to shock it too much. But I still like to stick to my ordinary media in order to water them at the same rate and not to make it too difficult for me with my watering. So it's going to have a little bit of bark and quite a lot of sphagnum moss for this guy. Cut sphagnum moss so it will be more evenly distributed and not being long strands. Yes. And of course the mandatory charcoal, a little bit, a few pieces only. And this perlite, my favorite media, or if I should call it media, I don't know. I love it. It makes it airy, and the roots just love it, especially on cattleyas. Yeah, what's left? No, I think it's gonna be okay. Nothing else for this guy. I'm gonna put a few pieces of bark. Whoa, more pieces of bark. And then, as usual, look, if you can see any new eyes here. No, I cannot. Maybe this one will sprout, well, if the plant goes downhill. But no, let's hope it won't. So just put it here and press the oldest part of the plant to the back. And make sure you got enough room for the newest suitable. And just go like this. Now since it's quite a large pot, I wouldn't want to fill it up too much. Okay? And not press too much so I destroy the newest roots here. We use this media in our botanical garden in their for orchids, their orchid houses in clay pots. It's a great concept and it works fine here in the northern hemisphere where we have, well, decent summers and quite rainy autumns and sometimes a little bit cold winters, but not much snow lately. The last couple of years has been lacking snow. I really miss the snow, but maybe it's gonna get back in the future. All right, yeah, it's wobbly, a little bit wobbly, but not so much. And the tag here, I have to stake her up. I usually grab the, whoa, not touch the new roots, Karin, be careful. The new pseudobulb and a stripe around her. And it's not steady enough. I like to have another stake to use for the pseudobulb that it made the previous year. It's not gonna look so nice, but well, I don't want to scratch the leaf and get ugly brown markings on it. So I'll put it on the back side of the leaf. Yeah, and it's plump enough so I can tighten this quite a bit. It's not gonna be plumper, I don't think. Not so much anyways. Yeah, cut the ugly part away. And there we go. Now she's repotted. Rth Chief Sweet Orange. Guess what? This is 10 weeks later. I don't know why I didn't upload the video, but I thought I had so many repotting videos, as I made a lot of hauls lately. I mean, 30 repotting videos in a row. No, I don't think that's so funny for anybody to look at. And so, well, I'm just holding on to this video with my Rth Chief Sweet Orange. So when I was lying in my computer, and well, after a while, this nice new growth that I was talking about in the video here, it proved itself not to be so nice. I mean, it's a weak growth, and it weakened even more when I repotted it after repotting it. You can see this one. This is another orchid, of course. It's another cattleya type. It's my cattleya cyan jade, and yeah, you see its new growth here, and it's flimsy, crispy, thin leaf on its newest growth. And this one has also got 3 leaves on its newest growth. I mean, well, really fragile, and yeah, I don't even want to touch it. I mean, yeah, they can easily snap. This is what Rth Chief Sweet Orange newest growth looked like. It was this tall, with really short leaves, with brownish edges to it, and it didn't open properly. And it was really thin and fragile, as I said. So I just happened to touch it a little bit, like this. I was going over this orchid to reach for, yeah, something else, my Vanda or something like that, for example, and it just snapped. The 2 leaves just fell off. So that was a good thing. That was a good failure, because look what this orchid is doing now. The previous year's new growth, the cane, the previous year, look here, is producing a new growth. And the little weak growth, it's producing a new growth here, some new roots, yet again, and a little new growth there. So, yeah, as a rewarding of being, yeah, a little bit too rough with my orchid, I got 3 new pseudobulbs, 3 new canes, as salary for that mistake. So sometimes it's good to make a failure. It's good to make a mistake. Yeah, that was all I wanted to show you. Yeah, this is making really good progress, and it's got a lovely root system now, so this repotting wasn't so bad after all. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like my video, please press thumbs up. If you didn't like it, press thumbs down, and make sure to subscribe for my channel. And see you next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.